What's up everyone, it's Jamison from NYC Tech Club, and if you want to learn how to use Squarespace, watch this video because we're going to show you how step by step. So if you're ready, I'm ready, let's get started. So this is going to be a full video tutorial on learning how to use Squarespace. So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to build your own professional Squarespace website, and you're going to know everything that you need to know about Squarespace. First, what we're going to do is choose a website template for whatever type of website that you want to build. And Squarespace has a bunch of different pre-made templates that you can choose from. So you can build a photography website that looks just like this. Or maybe you want to build a business website and you can choose a template that looks just like this. And if you want to build your own e-commerce website, you can choose an e-commerce template and you can customize it however you want. So whatever Squarespace template that you choose, it's going to work on your desktop, it's going to look good on your tablet, and on your mobile device. And we're going to be covering everything in this video tutorial, including how to customize your header menu, your footer, how to add some additional pages, and customize and build out your entire Squarespace website. We'll go through the settings to customize your fonts and even the theme colors for your website, so you can select any colors that you want. The great thing about Squarespace is you can pretty much do anything, including sending out emails using their email campaigns tool. So in this video tutorial, we'll show you how to use the email campaigns tool. And we'll also learn how to optimize our website so that we rank on Google and any other search engine using the Squarespace SEO checklist. And like I said, we're going to learn everything about Squarespace in this tutorial, including the analytics tool. So we'll learn where we're getting traffic, how they're coming here, and what type of keywords that they're using. So in the video description, you'll see a timestamp with all the different steps that we're going to be covering in this video tutorial. So if you want to become a Squarespace expert and build any type of professional website using Squarespace, keep watching this video because we're going to show you how step by step. So if you're ready, I'm ready, let's get started. And the first thing that we have to do in this tutorial on how to use Squarespace is we need to come to the Squarespace website. And in the video description, there is a link to come to this page right here. And that is an affiliate link. So if you do use it, I get a small little commission. No charge to you, and it just helps supports this channel and helps me make free videos just like this. So I want to say thank you in advance. So once you come to the Squarespace website, the first thing that we want to do is we want to create an account. So if you see the login button, go ahead and log in, or what you can do is click on the get started button. And you're going to come to this web page right here, and this is where you can choose the template that you want to use to build your Squarespace website. So there's a bunch of different industries or types of websites that you can build right here. And once you find the one that you want to use, you can just scroll and find the template that you like. And if you want to preview it, just hover over it and click on the preview link right here. And you're going to see this page right here. And this is a preview screen of the website. So you can scroll through and check it out, and you can click on the links to the different pages. And if you want to see what it looks like on the tablet device, you can click on this icon and also the mobile device right over here. You also have this link right here to view the website on another tab, so you can see it full screen just like this. And if you like it, what you can do is click on the start with this design button, or you can click on the back button right here, and you can either click on the start link right here, or you can scroll back up and find another design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to professional services, and we're going to use one of these templates over here for this video tutorial. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit, and maybe we'll just select this one. So it's the Almar one. So we can click on the preview button just to check it out really quickly. And once you see it right here, I think I'm going to use this one just because there's a bunch of different sections with different modules like images, text boxes, and buttons. So we can go and check it out on these different devices if you want. You always want to make sure that it looks good on the different devices because you want your website to be responsive, especially since about 60% of your visitors are probably going to come on their mobile device. So I'm going to click back right here, and I'm going to hover over this and click what start with Almar. So if you want to use this one also, go ahead and find this one and click on the start button. And you're going to see this pop up right here. And the first thing that we want to do is type in the name for our website. So you can type in whatever you want, and you can always change this later. So I'm going to type in unique photo and just click continue. And this is just a tour of what Squarespace is and how to use it. So this first one is just how to create pages. So we'll show you how to do that in this video tutorial. And then on this tab right here, this is just showing you that there are sections for your website. So this is a section right here, and then this one down here is a section, and just shows you how you can add sections. Again, we're going to go over all this stuff in this video. And for tab number 4, this is just talking about blocks or modules that you can add to customize your website. And then on the last step right here, it just talks about the settings to customize the font colors, sizes, and spacing and everything that we're going to cover in this video tutorial. So let's just click on the start editing button right here, and you're going to see a preview of your web page right here, or the template. You can scroll through it and you can see that this is the home page. On the left hand side, you have all these tabs right here. We're going to go through them in this video tutorial to learn how to use Squarespace. And over here you have the assistant pop-up, and if you want, you can click on the play button to have an intro of Squarespace, but you don't really need to. And then everything here is just a checklist of things that you can do to customize your website, which we are going to go over in this video. So if you guys want, let's get rid of this by clicking on the dots right here and then click Don't Show Again. And at the top over here, you have the edit button to edit this page, which will show you how to do. And we have this button to preview the website on the mobile device. And if you want to see what the website looks like on the full screen, just click on this arrow right here. And you can see that it hides the left-hand side menu over there. So we'll just click back on this right here. And if you ever want to delete this web page and you just want to start all over, all you have to do is click on the icon right here to go to your account page, and you'll see your website right here. And what you can do is click over here and you can delete it, or you can go and edit your website by clicking on this button right here. And it's going to bring you back to this page right here. And just so that you guys know, you do have a 14-day trial. So you don't have to pay for Squarespace for your domain or hosting or anything like that until you're ready. But you have 14 days to customize your website and build it out. And if you guys want to keep your website, then at that point, you want to subscribe to their services so that you can get your domain and hosting so you can publish your website. Okay, so we'll show you how to set that up a little bit later. But what we want to do is go through everything so that you can learn how to use Squarespace. And we want to be very systematic about this so that we learn everything that you really need to know. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use the page builder to customize our web pages. So if you want to do that, we want to click on the edit button right here, and that's going to let us edit this home page. So go ahead and click on that. And now what I want to do is come down here and just do an example of a not linked page, because I want you guys to really understand this. So we can go and click on the home page right here just to go back to the main page. And let's assume that we want to create a new page. So I'm going to create a private page just for my name or something like that. Maybe we'll go and create a blank page. So I'll click on this and I'm going to type in Jameson as the page. So I'll push enter. And you're going to see the page refresh, and now we have the title of the page over here. And what we can do is go and edit this page. So this is a blank page. We can click on the plus button right here, and we can add a headline, and we can come in and customize it. We can add whatever blocks we want, or we can come down here and we can click on the plus button again and add another section. So we can add a gallery and just check out the templates. Maybe we'll add this one. And you can see once it's added right here, we can edit the gallery or the section however we want, and we can continue to do that to build out our entire page. So Squarespace is really easy, and just remember that you want to click on the save button if you make any changes, and then you have your page right here, and you can see that it's not linked to the header menu because this is in the not linked section. So if we go back to the home page right here, you'll notice that we don't have the Jameson tab or link right here. And you can always remove this by clicking on the trash button right here. So we'll just do that. And pretty much it's so easy. So if you guys have any questions about main navigation or not linked, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go back over here and we're going to talk about the design tab. So click on that. And this is where you can go to change the settings for your Squarespace website. So if you want to change the font styles, you can come over here and click on fonts, and then you can change the font style right here by clicking on this, and you have all these different options, and just select the one that you want. And then you can go back right here and you can change the base size. You can come down to the headings and the paragraph and buttons and click in here and change the weight, the family, and the style. And in the size over here, you can change the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. All you have to do is drag this wheel and it'll make it larger. So I'll let you play around with that on your own. I like to keep things pretty much as is, especially when we're using a Squarespace template, because everything is kind of designed for you to use. So I don't want to change too much, but you have paragraphs, buttons, and other fonts over here if you want to change them. And then you can go back right here. And then this is where the color tab is. So if you click on this, you can see that we have the color palette. So this is already set up for you. If you want to change this, you can click on the edit button right here. And then you can select whatever colors that you want, or you can go into this drop down and you have the designer palettes. So if you click on this, it already has colors that work well together. So if you want to change yours, you can use one of these ones, or you can go in and change whatever you want over here. And the other thing is down here in the section themes, remember when we updated or changed the background color and talked about the image down here in this purple section? If you want to change the section colors, you can come in here. And then you have the white color, the light gray, dark gray, and the black and the accent colors. If you want to update these, you can just click and edit these, and then you can change them to whatever you want for different sections. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to change anything, but just remember that these themes are kind of created for you to look pretty good, and you can just update them however you want. But this is your website, so customize it however you want. I just wanted to show you that this is where you select the color palette for your website. And then we can go back right here. And now we can talk about animations. So we talked about animations that fade in this section. If you want to choose an animation that is set up for the website for all your different elements, you can select that over here. So again, just play around with this stuff. And then you have spacing, which I don't really touch too much, but if you want to change the width or the margins, you can do that over here. And you can always reset everything. And same with your buttons, you can come in here and change the style, the size, and the padding. And so I'm just going through these with you just so that you guys know what they're all about. Image blocks right here. I think you can change the size, the alignment, and everything. So again, I don't mess around with too much, but I want to just explore everything with you so that you have a good understanding of how to use Squarespace. So down here in the browser icon, if you click on this, this is where you can upload a little favicon that sometimes shows up in the browser. So that's just something special that you can do if you want. And then for the lock screen, I believe this is where you can actually put in a screen that locks your website. So if you guys don't want to publish your website right now, or you have a password protected page, then this is what it looks like. And you can format it by adding your logo or any other text or anything like that. And if we go back over here, this is the checkout page. So this is for when you have an e-commerce website. And we will talk a little bit about setting up an e-commerce website, but you do need to have a Squarespace plan in order to set up a shop. So we can't really do that in this tutorial, but I will be building websites and e-commerce websites and everything, and I'll have a whole tutorial. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can look out for that video. And then for the 404 page, this is a page that people go to when a link doesn't work anymore. And you can see that this is just what it looks like, and you can go and update it or redirect them to another page if you want. So you can create a special page that people can go to also. And then access denied, this is just similar to a 404 page that doesn't let people go to a certain page. So you can see right here, it says, this is what visitors see if they visit a member only page. So we're just gonna redirect them to this page, and you can go to your settings and change stuff if you want. So I'm gonna click on this really quickly just to show you where it goes. And you're going to come to this page right here. And if you want to turn on the member area, then again, you need to have a premium account, but you can have pages where people can log in so they can access certain pages. So if you have a class website or something like that where people have to pay in order to have access, then you can turn this on. So we'll talk about that because I believe there is a little section right here called member areas. But I'm going to go back to the main page right here and go back into design because we want to talk about social sharing. So this is that page or the little section where you can go to upload an image. So whenever someone shares your website on Facebook or Twitter, then they're going to see a certain thumbnail. So you can upload that right here. And I believe the last thing is just custom CSS. So if you ever want to format your website or update it with some CSS, you can do that by just clicking in here, and then you can paste in the code right here. Okay, so that's pretty much the theme settings, and the main stuff is right over here where you can change the font, the colors, the sizes, and the animations. And so play around with that if you want. But again, remember, Squarespace sets everything up for you so you have a beautiful website that you can just customize. So now let's talk about commerce, which is where you can set up your e-commerce website. So if we click on this, you can see that it says set up your store. So if you wanted to do that, you can click on the start button right here. You'll have this little pop-up and you can add products. You can set up the way that you want to get paid, and you need to set up your Squarespace plan over here. So if you don't want to do that right now, then you don't need to, but you can click on add products for sale and you'll come to this page right here. And then what you can do is either add the page to your main navigation or the not linked page. So let's just click on this one, and you can see right here you have your store. So I believe I have a store right here already, but let's click on this. And you'll see this pop up, and you can add either one of these layouts. So let's choose this one right here. And once you see this pop up right here, what we can do is just type in store right there. And then we can click on this or let it refresh. And you can see that we have our store right here, and we have some products already. So if you want to edit these products, what you can do is just come over here and click on this, and then it'll come to the product page, and then you can click on the edit button and customize this however you want. And you do need to make sure that you set up the Squarespace account. So you want to go through these steps right here. But if you want to delete all of these products, you can do that by clicking on this and then click delete. And then you can add a new product by just clicking on the plus button right here. And then you can select whether you want to sell a physical product, digital service, or a gift card. And then you can set everything up. Okay, so I'm going to click out of this and we're going to go back right here. But setting up an e-commerce website is really, really easy. And we are going to have a tutorial on creating an e-commerce website with Squarespace. So make sure you look out for that. And we'll go through the whole setup with setting up your website, creating products and payments and all that stuff. So I'm going to go back right here. And that's pretty much all we have to talk about with commerce. And once you see the page builder show up right here, what you can do is you can hover over different sections, and this is how you can go in and edit this stuff. So you can see right here, we can edit the site header. And then if we go into this section, you see this blue box. So that's for this entire section. And what we can do is click on the edit button right here. If we want to edit the section, we can change the section height to larger or smaller, or we can keep it at medium. And you can always come in and customize the height or the width by clicking on the dots right here. You can also adjust the content alignment if you want. And then if you wanted to change the background image, you can just come into the background tab and you can replace this one or delete this one, or you can keep it. But if you're building out your own website, you probably want to replace it. And you can also add a video if you wanted to. And then you have the color options over here. You can see that by default, it's the dark minimal. But if you wanted to select the light minimal, you can see that the onlay changes to a different color. Okay, so we can just click out of this if you want. You can also duplicate any section. And over here, you can see that you have this down arrow to move the section to below this section or wherever you want. And if you want to edit any of this text module or these blocks, you just have to click in them, and then you can just change whatever you want. So we can just type in hello, and you have these buttons right here to customize your text, or you can just undo this and leave it just like that. You also have the link button right here. So if this is a link, you can just come in here, highlight this, and you can see that it's already a URL, but you can edit this, or you can remove it, or you can just click on this button right here to edit the URL also. Okay, so all you have to do for this stuff, let me just show you. If you click on the edit button, you just need to put in the stuff after your domain. So that means anything like yourwebsite.com, and then you just put in the slash and then whatever the link is. So you can also just click on this wheel right here and you can just type it in. So you can see that if this was the about page, we would just type in slash about. And I think as you create more pages, they'll populate in the drop down right here. Okay, so you can also put in an email address if you wanted to, or a phone number, or you can have a file for people to download if you wanted to. And just click on the save button if you do make any changes. So I'm going to cancel this so that we just keep it just like that. And you can also change the text for this link right here too. Okay, so I'm going to click out of that. And what we're going to do is just show you how to edit certain things on this page that are kind of universal for every website. So we'll go through a few of these sections to show you how to edit images or add different modules or customize buttons. But first, what I want to do is just talk about how you can edit the header. So if you want, hover over this and click on Edit Site Header. And you're going to see this pop up right here. And right now we're in the global settings, but if you want to go to the desktop, you can change the width of your header and also the padding or the spacing. And same with the mobile device over here. But we're going to focus on the global settings because this is where you can go to change your site title or upload a logo. So if we click on this, you can update the site title right here. And you can also upload your own logo over here, and that's going to replace the text that you see in the site title section. And if you want to go into the elements, you can see that we have a button activated. So we have this Get Started button. You can turn this off if you don't want that to show up, or you can change the text for the button right here and then change the URL right here also. And then if you want to add some social media links at the top, you can turn this on and you can see that they show up right over here. And you can edit what shows up by adding some additional links. Just type in the URL, and you can also do this in your settings. So I'll show you how to upload or update the social media links in the settings a little bit later. So we're going to turn this off right here. And you can also add a shopping cart if you have an e-commerce website, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And if you have a membership website or some section on your website that allows people to log in or create a profile, then you can turn this on also. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and the other thing that we want to talk about is the color. So right now our header menu is transparent. If you want to change it to a background color, we can turn this off, and then you have options right here. Right now it's set to white. You can go with the minimal or the dark color. It's really up to you. I like the transparent color, and again, I don't like to change too much with my Squarespace website when we choose a template because they're professionally designed, but you can always customize these however you want. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's really nothing that you have to do with the fixed position, but you can play around with this if you guys want also. So I'm just going to turn this off, but that's your header, and this is universal. So when you update this on whatever page that you're on, it's going to show up on all your different pages. Okay, so that's the header, and now what I want to do is just quickly talk about the footer. So we're going to come down to the bottom over here, and this is also universal. So when you edit this section, it's going to show up on all your different pages. So all we have to do is click on the Edit Footer button, and you're going to get this little section right here. And again, remember that the footer is universal. So whatever you update here or change, it's going to show up on all your other pages that have a footer. So we can come in here and change the text if we wanted to, or we can come in and change the URL by clicking on this and clicking on Edit. You can change the text right here. You can click on the wheel and you can update the link, or you can link it to another page over here by searching for the page. And we only have one page right now in this drop down. So if we select it, then the link is going to go to our home page, and we can open it up in another tab if we wanted to, or we can link to our email, a phone number, or a file. So if you do make any changes, you want to click on the save button right there. Okay, so you can also change the spacing over here. So I can just click on the border right here, and we can just move it over just by moving our mouse and dragging it. So that's really up to you. So if you guys like this footer, then just come in here and customize it however you want. But if you guys don't like this one, let me show you what you can do. We can actually delete this and maybe wait to see what I do before you do this. So I'm going to remove this section, and we can actually add another template. So if we click on the plus button right here, you can see that we can add a section, and we can add a blank section, which I don't really recommend because we have a footer tab right here that shows you all these pre-made templates that we can add for our footer section, and we can go in and customize. So there's a bunch that you can choose from, and if you don't like the one that we have for the website template, then you can come in here and find another one. So maybe I'll just select this one right here, and you can see once I click on it, it gets added just like this. And then we can come in here and we can change whatever we want to change. So I can just type in my title for my website, and then come in here. I can also add some additional links or change the email and the phone number and the social icons. And then once I'm all done, I just have to click out of it, and that's pretty much it. Now this is going to show up on all of my different pages. Pretty cool and really, really easy. So if you guys want, go ahead and customize your footer. And when you guys are ready, what you guys can do is come up to the top over here, click on the save button just to save your changes. it might close out of the page builder, but sometimes it's better just to save everything once in a while. So in case your website crashes or anything, you don't lose all your information. Okay, so I'm going to click back into the edit section over here, and we're going to come down, and you can see that we have our beautiful footer right here. So I'm pretty happy with that. So if you guys are ready, let's move on and show you how to change some other stuff. So some of this stuff is going to be repetitive, at least in the beginning, because we covered a lot with the overview and also with the header and the footer. So I want to make sure that you know how to use Squarespace. So we want to make sure that we cover everything. So again, what we're going to talk about is editing the section. So we have a section right here, and then we have another section over here, and it's surrounded by this blue border, and then we have a block inside. So if we want to edit this section right here, all we have to do is click on the pencil, and we'll get this little pop-up, and we can change the height of the section if we wanted to, and we can also come in here and customize the height, and you can change the content width if you wanted to also, and the alignment for your text or your images or whatever content that you have. And if you want to add a background image or video, click on this tab right here, and you can add a URL for your video and customize it with some of these features right here. If you want to add an image, just click on this tab, and then you can upload your own image, or you can use the Squarespace images that are provided for free. If you click on this link right here, you can see that there are a bunch of different free images, and you can search for them. And you can also find some premium images right here, but you have to pay for these. And I think there's a better site for premium images, so I'm gonna link you to it in the video description, but you have the option of using these images right here. Okay. And you can see that this section has a background color. So if you want to customize the theme colors, then we're going to talk about that a little bit later when we go to the design tab, where we customize the font, the spacing, the colors. But you can see right here on the colors tab that there are some options. So we have white, light gray, dark gray, black, and then the accent colors down here. And the accent colors are actually part of the theme colors. So what we want to do a little bit later is choose the colors that you want for the template or the website that you're building, and then we can always default to them whenever you want. So we'll talk about colors a little bit later. Just keep in mind that you don't have to have this purple color if you're using this theme. This is just what's set in the design settings right now. Okay, so that's pretty much how you edit a section. So I'm going to click out of this, and you can also duplicate the section if you want to just make a copy of it and then edit it. You can also move it up, and you can also move it down wherever you want. You can delete it, but that's pretty much it with editing a section. So now what I want to do is talk about how to add a new section. So if you want to do that in between two sections, you can click on the plus button right here, or you can add it to the bottom over here. It doesn't really matter. You can always rearrange it and drag it around, but let's click on the plus button right here. And you're going to see this pop up right here, and you can see that it says add a section, and there's a bunch of different types of sections that you can add. So you can go through this on your own, but there's headlines, and you can see that there's a bunch of different pre-made headline templates. And if we go into lists right here, you can see all the different lists and galleries and just images. So we're going to show you how to customize some of this stuff because we do see them on the website template. Well, let me just go through these. We have quotes, text sections, video sections, and then these other ones like appointments, contacts. So we can just go into these. I don't know if you're going to use everything for your website, but you can see that Squarespace offers you so many different types of templates that you can really build any type of website that you want. So all you have to do is, again, click on that plus button, and you can add a blank section and add your own blocks, which we haven't talked about yet. But if you just want to add a headline, something like this, we can just come in here and maybe we'll just add this one. We'll just click on it, and you can see that it gets inserted right here. Then we can go in and change the text, customize the button, and we can click on edit section and change the background image, or maybe we'll delete it so that we have this color, and then we can come in here and we can change it to the light color just like that. Okay, so adding a section is really easy. I think what you guys need to think about when you go and add a section is what type of section do you want to add, because you have all these different options. So you want to really think about the design of your website, but you don't need to add a new section. I just wanted to show you this because there are a bunch of pre-made sections and you can go in and customize them however you want. So I'm going to remove this right here, and now we can move on to the next section. So now that we've talked about different sections, what I want to do is I want to come up to, I guess, this section right here, and we can talk about how to edit different types of blocks. So this is an image block right here. So let's just show you how to edit this. So for any of these pre-made ones or these inserted blocks, all we have to do is hover over it, and then we can click on the pencil right here. And you're going to get this pop-up right here with your image, and you can delete this image, and there's this image focal point. So if you hover over this, you can see what this is all about, but it's just about making sure your web page and the image looks good. And then over here, the image editor, if you click on this, you'll get this little page right here where you can update or change the brightness, contrast, saturation, all that stuff. You can also crop the image, and you can add a filter to your image if you wanted to over here. If you do make any changes, you want to click on the save button, but this is just a cool feature that Squarespace offers you. And then if you go to the design tab here, you can choose the layout for this module or this block. So you can choose inline, poster, overlap, collage. There's a bunch of different options. The one that we're using is the card option, and you can move the image to the right side if you wanted to, but we're going to leave it on the left. And then you can turn on and off the button that you see over here. You can even put it on the image. If you have it on, then you can come down here and customize the text, and you can also update the URL. So you already know how to do this. Click on the wheel, and you can update the page link or add a URL, link it to your email, phone, or a file. And that's pretty much it. So the other thing is the animation, and you'll see this with all your different blocks. You can actually make the block show up however you want. So if you go into the drop down here, we can choose tilt down, and you'll see that the animation makes it fade in a certain way. So we can go with a reveal, and the one that we're using is the slide up option. So you can customize it however you want, or just leave it as is. If you make any changes, you want to click on apply right here. Okay. So that's pretty much an image module, and we're going to talk about how to add modules a little bit later. But let's go and backtrack and talk about how to customize your text modules, because I don't remember if we did this or not. And this is really, really easy. I know we did it in the beginning. You just click in here, and then you can customize your text however you want. You have this drop down for different font sizes. You can align your text however you want. You can link it, italicize it, bold it, and you have all these other options to add a quote, numbers, bullet points, and you can just align your stuff however you want. And again, if you want to link anything, you can just hover over it and then click on the link icon right here, and then type in your URL, and you can update the text right here. And again, just click on this, and then you have this thing that you've seen probably 5 times now. I was going to say a million, but probably 5 times. So that's pretty much it with text. And again, super, super easy. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. But now what we're going to do is we're going to come down and talk about how to edit our button, because there's a button down here that we can learn how to edit. So I can hover over it and then click on the pencil right here. And you're going to see this pop up right here, and a button is really easy. All you're going to do is just change the text inside the button right here. And then for the URL, you guys already know, just click on the wheel. You can update it however you want with all these little tabs right here. And then you can change the size of the button if you want to, and you can align it to the right, left, center, wherever you want. And you just have to click on the apply button, and that's pretty much it. And if you want to change the colors, again, remember, we're going to talk about colors a little bit later when we talk about the theme settings and the design. Okay, so now what we can do is come down here, and let's talk about the newsletter sign up form, because you might use this for your website. So we want to show you how to actually integrate it to your Squarespace website. So let's hover over this and click on the pencil, and you're going to get this pop up right here, and you can change the form name. You can change the title that you see, and the description, and the privacy. And if you want to get rid of the name field, you can just uncheck this right here, and it'll just disappear just like that. And down here, you can see that we have the button. So if I just move this over, you can see that we have our button. If you want to change the text, you can. And you can change the alignment for this entire section. So we can move it to the right, and you can see everything shifts over. So we'll leave that at the center. And if you want to change the layout for this newsletter sign up, you have these options right here. So you can stack it like that, or you can make it come all the way across just like this. Okay, so let's go through these other tabs really quickly. So for storage, you want to integrate your newsletter sign up form with a service to store the emails. So you can see right here that we have Squarespace, and this comes with the premium version. So I will talk about it some more when we go to the marketing tab on the main page. But if you want to use any other service like MailChimp or Zapier or Google Drive, click on the link so that you expand the section, and then you can just click to connect and then add whatever email list that you want to store the emails that you get from here on these other services. Okay, and then over here on the verification tab, if you want to have an extra layer of security, have a recapture, then you can just add that stuff over here. You can click on learn more to do that. You can also have a confirmation email that makes people click on to opt in for your newsletter. And on the post submit tab over here, this is just what people are going to get after they submit their email to sign up for your newsletter. So you can have a message right here, or you can redirect them to another page. It's really up to you. You want to click on the apply button if you make any changes. So I'm going to click cancel right here and just discard this. But that's pretty much all you have to do for a newsletter sign up form. So if you ever add one, really easy to integrate to your Squarespace website. So the last thing that we're going to do for modules on this page is we're going to come up to the logo section over here and just make sure that we know how to customize this section. So when we hover over it, what we can do is come over here, and if you click on this button right here, you can see that we have the image gallery pop up. So what you can do is just add whatever images that you want by clicking on the plus button right here. And again, you can always edit these images by clicking on the link right here. And when you add your images, if you want to add a description, you can also link them to another page or URL. Just type it in right here and then just select the next image, and then you can update it just like this. So adding these logos is just using an image gallery. So it's really easy. Let me know if you guys have any questions, but pretty much that's what we're going to cover with the modules. And you can always just go in and click on the edit button and then customize them however you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to add some modules to your Squarespace website so you can add some additional customizations and features or sections or whatever you want. So adding a new block is pretty easy. All you're going to do is hover over the side of the current existing block, and you can see that we have a dot here. And if we hover over it, you can see that we have a dark line, and that's where we're going to insert our new block. So you just click on the plus button and you have all these different blocks. We're not going to go through each one of them, but you can pretty much find whatever you need for your Squarespace website and then just click and add it, and you already know how to customize it. So we have our block inserted right here, and you can customize it if you want. I'm going to cancel that. You can also move this block. So all you have to do is just click on it, and you can see that the gray line moves, and wherever it is where you can place the module or the button, and you can also remove it just like this. So you can do this with any section that you have. You can just hover over maybe over here, and you can see that you can insert a new block right here and also right over here. So it's really easy. All you're going to do is just come in here, find whatever you want to use, and then if you don't want to place it here, you can just click and drag it and move it to wherever you want. Okay, so let me know if you guys have any questions. You can insert any type of block that you want. You can even drag it to the sides, the bottoms, the top, and you can really just customize your website. So I'll let you guys play around with that on your own, but we're going to move on. And what I want to do is come over here to this little wheel, and we're going to talk about your web page. So you'll get this little pop-up if you click on the wheel, and this is the page settings. So what you can do is change the page title, the navigation title, the URL for this page, and you can also password protect this page right over here. And then if you go through these other tabs, you can see that we have SEO right over here. And this is where you can go to optimize your website. So if you wanted to, you can click on the edit website with SEO settings, and then you can go and customize that stuff. We're going to talk about this in just a little bit when we go over our theme settings. And you also have the social image tab right here if you want to upload an image to use whenever someone shares your website on a social network. And then on the advanced tab, this is where you can put in some code if you need to for your website or this web page. Okay, so the main thing is really the general tab right here where you can customize the title, the navigation title, the URL, and password protect this page if you want. So just remember that you do have this button up here to view the website in the mobile and the desktop. And once you're ready, just hover over the done button. And if you made any changes, you want to click on the save button, or you can discard your changes if you don't want to save anything. So we're going to click on the save button right here. and it's going to bring us back to the main dashboard right here. And what we're going to do now is go through these different tabs and talk about pages, design, commerce, all this stuff. So let's go to the pages tab right here and click on this. And you're going to see this tab right here, and this is where you can go to create new pages. So you have a main navigation section and a not link section. And the difference is whenever you create a page over here in this section by clicking on the plus button, you're going to create a page that's going to show up in the header menu over here. And down here in the not link section, if you create a new page, you can see that you have a list of pages over here that are not going to show up in the header menu. So it's a little confusing, but it's also not. So whenever you create a page here, again, this is for any page that you want to show up in the header menu. And then down here is for any page that you don't want to show up in the header menu. So you can also click on these pages if you want to update them. So we can click on the about page and you can see the page right here. And then if you want to go and edit it, all you have to do is just turn on the builder just like this. And you guys already know what to do. And just remember that the header and the footer are universal. So whenever you update them here, it's going to be for the entire site. Okay. And again, you have all the same settings and buttons for this page like the home page. So we won't go through it again. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. So what I want to do right now is just show you how you can create a new page, and then we'll talk about blog posts and the contact page. So if you want to create a page that shows up in the navigation menu, then you want to click on the plus button right here and you'll get this drop down. And if you want to create a page that isn't linked, then you'll come down here and you'll click on this plus button and then you'll create a page. So let's show you how to create a page in the main navigation section first. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to choose a page layout. So let's just come in here, click on this, and you'll get this little pop-up, and then you can choose whatever type of template or page that you want to make. So maybe we'll choose a services page, and I'll just select this one right here. So I'm going to click on this, and you're going to see that the services page shows up on the preview screen, and then you can change the name over here if you want. And what you're going to see is that the header menu refreshes, and you can rearrange this by just clicking and dragging it and placing it wherever you want. And you can just come in here and you can edit the template if you like it. And if you don't, you can always come in here and you can remove it. And you can also update the title of the page over here. So just click on the wheel and you'll get this pop up. And this is just like what you see on the page builder when you have the little wheel over here on the upper right. So you can change the title, the navigation title, the URL, password protected, and you can go through these other tabs that we talked about a little bit earlier. So very, very easy to add a new page. And again, you can add a blank page if you wanted to, or any of these other ones. So we will talk about blog posts and blog pages in just a few minutes, and also an e-commerce website. So what we can also do is we can add a drop-down menu for our main navigation up here. So if you want to do that, click on the plus button, and you're going to come down here to folder and click on this, and you'll get this little pop-up right here. And it doesn't really matter what you name this. So I guess we can just type in demo dropdown. And then if I push enter, you're going to see this tab right here that says add new page. So click on this, and then we can come in here. And again, we can add a page. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just add whatever I see here. So this contact page, and we have the contact right here. So I'm going to change this to contact. And what you're going to notice is that it says demo dropdown. So we don't want that. We want to change this. So we're going to come in here, click on the wheel for the dropdown folder, and you're going to see this pop up right here. And what you want to do is you want to change the navigation title right here. So if we want to get rid of demo, we can just change that and click save right here. And you'll see that this refreshes. So now we have this little menu item. And when you hover over it, you have a drop down, and you can add as many different pages as you want. You can also add a URL or a link. So it doesn't matter if you click here or here, but over here, you can see that you can just add a link. So we can click on this, and then you can type in a title for your link. So it doesn't matter, NYC Tech. And then you can just type in the URL right here. So https://www.mywebsite.com, and we can just click save. And you'll see now that we have a link that goes to the NYC Tech Club website, just like that. And again, you can always remove these by just clicking on the trash buttons, just like this. So I'm going to delete all this stuff. And what we want to do is we want to talk about how to edit our blog posts. So we have this demo blog page. If you like this layout, then all we have to do is just click on here and it's going to refresh the preview screen. And this is what the blog page looks like. And again, you can always go in and change it to whatever you want. But let's assume that we like this template. If we want to add a new blog post, you can come over here and you can click on the plus button. And you're going to get this screen right here. And this is where you can type in a new blog post. You can insert whatever blocks you want or text. And then you just want to click on the publish button, or you can schedule the blog post. So I'm going to exit out of here because we're not going to do that, but super easy, just like a page or anything like that. And if you want to remove this, just click on the dots right here and just delete this. So you can also just edit the existing blog post that you see over here. So we can click into this one and you'll see that the page shows up just like this. You can come in here, change the text. You can change whatever you see, and all you have to do is click on the edit button right here and you'll get the, I guess you can call it the blog page builder. You can come in here, change the text. You can update anything that you want with these buttons and you're good to go. So creating a blog page and blog post, super easy, just like a page. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and we're going to go back right here. And what I want to do before we go to the not link section and do some exercises there is let's talk about the contact page, because we want to make sure that we have everything set up so if someone does contact you, you can actually see the email. So let's click on the contact link if you have that in your web page template. And once you see the page right here, we're going to look, and we don't have a contact form, but if you did, then you want to make sure that everything is integrated. So let's actually go and add one. We're going to click on the edit button right here, and maybe we'll just add a contact form down here just for fun. So I'm going to click on this plus button and I'm going to type in contact at the top over here. So we have the form. So we'll click on that. And you'll see that the form gets inserted right here, and I'm going to change this to contact. And then what you can do is add whatever fields that you want right here. So if you want to make them required, you can click on the edit button and then you can just check this box to make it a required field so someone has to fill it out. And what you want to do is go to the storage tab right here, and you can see that an email is going to be sent to me whenever someone sends a message. So you can change this if you want. Just click on the X right here and then just change the email address and click connect. And that's pretty much it. So we can go to the advanced tab just to check it out. But over here, this is where you can change the button label. You can change the alignment, and then you have the post submit message right over here. You can also redirect them to another page, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Super easy. So if you guys want, you guys can add that to your contact page. Or what you can do is go and find a template that has this. So I'm going to delete this right here. And I'm going to go back to the main page. So I'm going to discard my changes. Now what we can do is talk about marketing. And if you guys remember, we talked about a newsletter earlier in this tutorial. So right here is where you can set up the email campaigns. So if we click on this, what you're going to see is this page right here where you can create an email campaign to send out to your email list. And also you have your drafts, you can schedule stuff, you can see what you sent, and you can have automated newsletters or emails sent out. You can also update your email list. So you can click right here, and this is where you can create your email list. And you need to have a plan in order to do this. That's why you see this page right here to select your plan. So you can do that on your own, but you don't need to do that right now. I just wanted to show you that this is the Squarespace email list page that you can integrate with your newsletters. So we're going to go back right here, and you can see with the marketing tab, you have a bunch of different stuff. You can go into the SEO tab right here, and this is where you can see the checklist. So we can pop this open. And you can see that it opens up a new tab, and this is your SEO checklist. So down here, it kind of gives you an overview of how to SEO or optimize your website. So you can check this out on your own. I'm going to close this. And over here, you can search for keywords if you want to create blog posts to optimize your website for certain keywords. And I guess you can hire an expert for SEO over here also, but I don't think SEO is that hard, and we can probably just create some tutorials to help you guys out. And over here, you can see what the website looks like on search results or search engines. So you can click through this and just check it out. And over here, you can see that for the SEO title format, you can change this if you want, but right now the title appears in the web browser and tabs and search engines looking just like this. So there's really nothing to change, but if you guys wanted to, you can change this stuff, but this is what it's gonna look like whenever someone searches your website and it shows up on a search engine result. Okay, so we're gonna go back right here. You do wanna make sure that you optimize your website and really make it searchable, but there's really not much to it. So right here is location management. We can click on this. And if you have a business address, you can update it right over here. So I'll let you guys do that on your own. And then over here, you have a promotional pop-up and announcement bar. If you want to add these, just click on this. And you can see right here, it's a premium feature. But if you want something like this that shows up when someone comes to your website, then you can integrate this by turning this on and then customizing this. And I believe same with the action bar right here. We can click on this and you can again see that it's a premium feature that will show you what the announcement bar looks like. So we can just turn this on and you can see it right over here. Okay, so cool things that you guys can add to your website if you guys want to notify your customers or get their attention. And then down here you have promotional stuff such as Instagram stories, products on Instagram, share buttons and all that. So you can come in here and play around with this stuff on your own. There's really not much to it, so I'll let you guys do that. And that's just promotional stuff. So that's more like Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads and all that stuff. So that's a whole nother video tutorial if you guys want to learn about that stuff. So now we've covered the first four right here, and scheduling is a new thing with the Squarespace website. So if we click in here, and you can see right here that this is a new service that Squarespace offers where you can interact with your clients to remind them or remind yourself. You can have online payments and intake forms and integrate a lot of things with your business to really manage your website and your business. So this is something that I don't use, but I guess you can get a 14-day free trial with this. So you can try it out if you want, but this is just a new thing that Squarespace does offer. So I'm going to go back over here. And we can go down to analytics. And what you can do here is you can analyze a bunch of different stuff on your website, such as the sales that you're getting, the number of units sold, the orders, the conversion rate. You can see the number of viewers that are coming to your website, how many pages that they're viewing, and how many are new visitors. You can see the type of traffic, so where they're coming from. You can also see sales by product over here. And this is a premium feature, so you have to sign up with Squarespace. And you can also see how they're finding your products. So this is like a funnel, how many pages they're going to in order to click on the product that they want to purchase. And if they decide that they don't want to purchase a product, you can find out what page they're going to where they abandon their shopping cart. Down here in the traffic sources, you can see how people are coming. And again, this is where you can see the number of visitors, how much money you're making off your visitors. And you can also search for keywords right here. So you can use Google search keywords to find keywords that you can use to optimize your website. And then down here in the engagement section, what you can do is you can click on activity log and you can see what type of activity is happening on your website. You can also see the conversions from your forms and buttons over here. So maybe you want to update them if they're not really working. And what's really cool is you can see what is working for your website. So popular content is going to show you the web pages that a lot of people are going to. And if you see a trend, then you probably want to double or triple down on similar content that is popular for your website. You can also search for keywords on your website to see how you're optimizing your website. And you also have the RSS subscribers. So this is where you can go to see who signed up to get updates whenever you update your website. Okay, so we're going to go back right here and we can go into profiles and check that out. And what you can do here is just analyze who is signed up to be a customer, a subscriber, if they sign up for your email list, or if anyone donated to your website. And you can also create campaigns right over here. So nothing too difficult, but you can see their email, their first and last name, and how long they've been a subscriber or a customer and all that stuff. And then if we go back over here, we have the settings tab. So let's click on that. And this is where you can go to set up the website settings. So you can see right here that our site is private right now because we haven't published it and we don't have any member areas, but we can always turn this on. You can select the language and the region over here. So you can update that on your own. All I'm doing right now is kind of just going through this stuff so that you have an idea of how to use Squarespace. I don't think any of it is really hard. You can just click on this stuff and it's pretty intuitive. So you can put in your business information right here. And if you come back, you can update the social links. So this is where you can go to update whatever social media buttons that you want to show up whenever you want to use the social link block or module. And we can just go back right here. And down here on connected accounts, if you click on this, then you can connect your Squarespace account with other accounts so that you can share information. So if we click on this, you can see that you can connect it with all these different social media platforms and everything like that. So up to you guys if you want to do that. I don't really do that too much, but maybe it's something I should look into. And then down here with the extensions, I believe these are premium extensions. So if you want to explore these to optimize your website, you can. These are just a special feature that you can add to your website. And then with permissions right here, if you come in here, you can add some additional contributors to create blog posts or edit your website if you want. So I'm going to go back right here and you can see that we have domains. So we don't have a real domain for our website right now, but when you guys want to, and maybe we'll talk about this at the end of this video, you guys can go and get a domain for your website. And then we can talk about publishing your website with Squarespace using one of the different plans. So over here is email and G Suite. I think you get G Suite with the premium version of Squarespace. So you can actually just sign up for that and then you'll get it for free. Right here, you can get a domain. You can use a domain that you own. You can connect it with your website. So we're going to go back over here and building an account. This is where you have to put in your payment information so that you can pay for your Squarespace account. So you can just do that right here. You can also delete your account over here or your website. It's really up to you, but hopefully you want to keep your Squarespace website. And then just to round this out, down here you have the mobile information bar. So if you click on this, you can see that this is another premium feature. And if you enable this, you can check it out. So we can just turn this on right here and you can show your email, your phone number, your location. And this stuff just shows up at the bottom over here to help your visitors out. So I'm going to disable this because I think you can only see it in the mobile view, but that's an option for you. And then for cookies and visitor data, you can come in here and you can enable the stuff if you want. So we'll come back, and for blogging, let's click on this link right here. And there's really not too much to do here, but if you want to change the URL format, then you can do that by selecting the format that you want. This one is going to put your page title as the URL, so that's probably the best for SEO. And then you can change the comment settings over here if you want to disable comments or you want to enable them. And that's pretty much it. You can just go through these settings on your own, and we can go back right here. And the last thing is this advanced tab. So if we click on this, and this is where you can go to change some of your additional settings. So if you want to add some external API keys for Google Analytics or Amazon Associates or the API key for Google reCAPTCHA, you can do that over here. And the other thing of importance is if you want to redirect some of your URLs, you can add that over here. You can see that they have an example of how to do that, but that's really only if you want to redirect people from certain URLs to other pages. And then we have the SSL that we want to keep activated to secure your website. And then the menu shortcuts, this is for the main homepage. You can add this stuff to that list of items that you can click on so that you can just go to those pages if you want to enable these. And pretty much that's it. So there's the escape key if you want to use that to minimize or exit certain pages. And then you can promote your site with Squarespace. So if you click on this, and what you can do is you can allow Squarespace to promote your website if you want. You can also disable this. So that's just up to you guys. But pretty much that's all there is to learning how to use Squarespace. And the last thing that we want to do is we want to talk about your domain, the different types of plans that Squarespace has, and then publishing your website. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So there's two things that you can do. The first is you can come down to the domains tab and click on this, and then you can go and register a new domain. So if you come here, you can search for the domain that you want, and then you can find the one that you want and add it to your shopping cart. But what you can also do is you can add a domain for free. So right here, you can see that this is $20 per year. It's a little pricey, but you can always go this route. But what I suggest that you do is you go back to the settings page right here, and right where it says site availability, click on this, and you can see that it says upgrade to publish. So right now our website is private, and if we want to make it public, what we want to do is click on the upgrade to publish button right here. And you're going to be brought to this page right here to select a Squarespace plan. So I'm going to let you guys go through this on your own, but you can see you have the personal, business, basic, and advanced. So it really depends on what type of website that you want. But you can see right here that you have a list of all the features that you get with these different plans. And the reason why I suggest that you come here and get one of these plans instead of registering a domain separately is because you get a free custom domain right here with your plan. So you can see when you hover over this, you can see that you get a free domain. You also get the SSL security and all these other features. But as you go down, you'll notice that some of these plans don't have everything. So you have to really just think about what you really want to build and what you need for your website. And you can see right at the top that the business plan is the most popular. But if you want to have an e-commerce website, you probably want to choose one of these plans right here. And once you find the plan that you want, all you have to do is click on the select button right here and then put in your information, click save and continue, and then walk through the other steps to register your domain and everything like that. And then you're pretty much good to go. And then you can go and publish your website and then make it so that everyone can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys do that on your own because I know this was a video on just learning how to use Squarespace, but if you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you guys liked this video and hopefully you learned a lot. If you guys need any help, just let me know and I'm here for you guys. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.